Elements and luster. Element is the structural unit of matter, and it is the simplest form of matter that can't be decomposed into two substances or more. Some elements have luster such as iron, copper, gold, silver, aluminum, and cold metals, and some have no luster, such as sulfur, carbon, and cold nonmetals. Elements and electrical conductivity. Some elements are good conductors of electricity, such as copper and aluminum. These elements are called metals. Other elements are bad conductors of electricity, such as sulfur. These elements are called nonmetals. So, metals conduct electricity, while nonmetals do not conduct electricity. Attention! Carbon conducts electricity, although it is a nonmetal. The electrical conductivity of elements is one of the important properties on which many industries depend. Elements and heat conductivity. Some elements are good conductors of heat, such as aluminum and copper. These elements are called metals, and other elements are bad conductors of heat, such as carbon and sulfur. These elements are called nonmetals. This means that metals conduct heat and nonmetals do not conduct heat. This is useful in our daily life since we make the cooking pots of good conductors of heat and their handles of bad conductors of heat. Elements and melting. Elements are different from each other in their melting point. Metals such as iron, copper, and aluminum need high temperature to melt, have high melting points, while nonmetals such as sulfur and phosphorus melt at low temperature, have low melting points. The table in front of you shows the melting points of some elements: aluminum, silver, gold, copper, calcium, zinc, iron, lithium, lead, and sulfur. Elements and malleability. Some elements are malleable and ductile, such as iron, copper, gold, and silver, so they can be shaped easily, such as in jewels. Other elements are not malleable or even ductile, such as carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus. Elements classification. Elements can be classified into metals and nonmetals. Metals have luster, nonmetals have no luster. Metals, good conductors of electricity. Nonmetals, bad conductors of electricity. Metals, good conductors of heat. Nonmetals, bad conductors of heat. Metals, malleable and ductile. Nonmetals, not malleable or even ductile. Metals have high melting point. Nonmetals have low melting point. Metals, they are solids in ordinary temperature. Nonmetals, they are solids such as carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus. One liquid element which is bromine, and others are gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine, and fluorine. Uses of metals and nonmetals. From the ancient time, the scientists and researchers have studied the elements and their properties to make use of in the daily life. 1. Iron is used in manufacturing cars, frames, bridges, doors, and lamp posts. 2. Aluminum is used in manufacturing cooking pots and foil paper. 3. Copper is used in manufacturing statues, coins and electric wires. 4. Gold is used in manufacturing different jewels. 5. Graphite, carbon, is used in manufacturing the positive poles of the dry cells, or batteries.